Hello, everyone. We are going to go through our quick introductions, though, just ourselves and just introducing our character. My name's Anne. You can find me on Dusty Wings Illustration on Instagram. Otherwise, you can find me here, and sometimes on my stream, but really not often enough to even bother telling you what the stream is. But yes, I am here every Monday, or most Mondays. And my character is the DM of this game. It's a horror-themed 5e homebrew campaign with my homies. Chris, introduce yourself, please.
Well, I will. So my name is Chris. I play Avaran. You can find me on Instagram as the real Chris S. You can find me on Twitch and PSN as Agent Fox 5. And I'm actually going to be giving you guys something fun to do today. So you may remember, from the way our last episode ended, that we are, about to be shopping for familiars. I particularly am looking for some sort of bird of prey, and I'm going to let you guys suggest names, and then I'm going to pick the one I like most.
Ooh,
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
boy.
you guys can shape the campaign into a whole different direction.
Oh my.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Piss fingers.
Wow. Well, like I said, I'll pick the one I like most. All right, Mackenzie, you're up.
Oh yay! Hi, my name is Mackenzie. I go by Mascot on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. My character's name's Toddle. He's really cool. I love him. He already has a familiar. It's a little willow seed that I picked up like one in the first or second episode of the campaign. So we'll be giving him some hearty loving and see if we can beef him up or beef up his stats or have him do something. Let's find out. I don't know. Next.
Hey everyone, I'm GW. You can find me online, or can you? I won't tell you where. I'm happy to be here. Chaos. DM.
Oh my gosh, you guys, really. Okay, so welcome back. I am going to say, since Butters can't be here today, that Vera, before reaching this shop, which contains a bunch of animals and familiars and some magic items and things, is going to take off and head towards the ship to help the crew kind of get everything ready for their voyage. It is still early morning. Couple of folks have some coffees in their hands. It doesn't seem to be too busy specifically where they're at, but the main roads are definitely full of people. And the further they walk kind of in the heart of town, the more people there are. There are starting to weave through people walking through these streets, mostly buying things, finding places to eat and so on for lunch and for breakfast. They did stumble upon a shop, and it's pretty beautiful on the inside. And a lot taller than they anticipated when they go inside of it. It looks smaller, a lot smaller on the outside. It seems to be in some sort of enchantment, which makes everything a little bit larger. And even the roof of this place is all what looks to be like a greenhouse, like with iron and glass. And animals just are everywhere. There's cages kind of lined around the whole of this place. There's different sections of the store too. It looks like there's two wings of it. You hear birds cawing. There's a couple of dogs kind of panting, whining at each other. Noises of cats. And there's just cool shit everywhere. Like, I think a place where I would like to live. There's also a couple of trees and roots that kind of come up from the ground and are growing along the walls as well. But on these roots are other creatures as well. There's a few geckos, some snakes, kind of a jungle boa and a rosy boa kind of laced through the branches and in little patches of sand that are kind of pocketed in areas. Everywhere you look, there seems to be a creature inside. Not just animals, but plant life as well. Very similar things to Toddle's willow seed, kind of grown about throughout the shop. There's always something to look at. And it looks like it's pretty busy, mostly full of children. There's a couple of what looks to be like some mostly humans, kind of cloaked in like royal blues and purples, and just talking to the shopkeep there, waiting in line to talk to the shopkeep. It looks like it's a woman running the place, and it seems pretty busy. What do you guys do? Where do you look?
I'm gonna go over to the birds, and I'm gonna look for particularly birds of prey, like hawks or falcons.
Okay. Definitely the very center of this place is the tallest part of the building and acts as its own aviary. A lot of the birds are kind of perched on their own, a little up high and out of reach, but a little bit of everything. There are like some birds of prey here. There's a few owls, a couple of hawks as well, of different varying types. There's also a couple of phoenixes. The phoenixes are chilling at the desk where the shopkeep is.
All right, I will consider them for a while.
Okay. And there is what appears to be a goblin, female, kind of like saunters up to you, a little grouchy, and just all over her, she's wearing overalls, but like just full of pockets, like cargo overalls. And it looks like there's different types of food and things. There's some of her pockets are moving. She's also carrying what looks to be a giant glass jar on her back, and it's just full of water and what looks to be like little sea creatures swimming inside. She walks over to you, kind of digs through her pockets, just kind of like huffing to herself. It looks like she's had a stressful morning. And she does pull out a little satchel, and she offers to drop it in your hand. And she does. And inside you'll see some pieces of meat to see if you can't lure a bird towards you. And she just she like gestures like she's gonna tell you what to do, but then she's like kind of gives you an eye and just walks away. She's like, you're an adult, you can fucking handle it. And she leaves and is trying to tend to other guests who look like they may need something.
Thank you, Mom.
And she kind of waves, keeps going.
All right, and I pick a nice, hefty chunk of meat out of this little pouch, and I just kind of gingerly like hold it forward, like kind of not sure what's gonna swoop down and take a finger off.
Roll
And-
animal handling for me, please.
All right, let me pull that up.
I forgot my dice.
Boy, oh boy, what's gonna come?
Natural
What's
20.
gonna see it?
First roll of the night.
Hey, hell
Natural
yeah.
20?
Natural 20.
Oh shit!
Nice.
I wasn't ready for that. Hang on. Hold on,
Very
hold
nice.
on.
Very nice.
Wow, you get a good one then.
Ooh, I like that, Mackenzie.
Hold on.
Ethan Hawke. We'll see if anyone can beat that.
Ethan H for sure. Very snazzy.
Do 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 do.
For anyone just joining, feel free to make suggestions as to what I should name the familiar that I'll be getting, and then I'll choose by the end of the show.
Okay. Sorry, What are you guys doing while I'm writing stats down?
For Toddle, I'm gonna be watching Avaran over in the bird section. I want to actually ask the shopkeeper a question, because if I do recall, the god of instinct, Maynard, that blessed me was not human. He was a what is it called? What are the bird Alvercoca?
Aarakocra.
Aarakocra?
Yeah,
He was
it's a bird.
Aarakocra. So I was gonna see if I could find more information out about that, but as I'm seeing her run around, it's just kind of like So,
Yeah,
one
it
of
looks
those
like
moments.
it looks like there's two spellcasters. You're not particularly sure what kind, except one of them that's adorned in blue is also covered in bones, so you can assume some sort of necromancer of some type is right in front of you. And as you're trying to gauge the shopkeep's attention, she kind of turns her head and gives you like an annoyed look. But as that happens, Avaran, you're going to feel kind of a swift gust of wind. And almost like very much like a sonic boom type sound. Kind of sounds from the very left wing of this building. So not even in the aviary. And just in an instant, a peregrine falcon is going to be kind of perched on a shelf sort of near you, about a good 4 or 5 feet away. And he lands there like super fast. He has big leather buckles kind of on his talons, but he's not really attached to anything. He's able to free fly this place, and he's super beautiful. But unlike other birds of his type, he is pretty pale in color, so he's almost kind of a silvery gray tone falcon. Really super beautiful, and really bright, piercing orange, almost yellow eyes. And he's kind of looking at the meat, and then he looks at you. Since you rolled a natural 20, he's going to go ahead and attempt to land on your arm. Are you wearing bracers, though?
I mean, I have just kind of, well, it's been a while since I've looked at my character design on Hero Forge. I'm not officially wearing bracers, but I feel like the design that I had was some sort of like gauntlet.
Okay. Yeah, well, Falcon Boy only rolled an 8. But yeah, so he lands gently on your arm and trusts you enough to eat from your hand. And what is Calamity doing?
I think Calamity is kind of in awe of this place. So many shiny, cool things. Oh, you cool son of a this guy. And
I'm gonna screenshot that. Hold up. You keep talking though.
he's making completely sure to not touch anything. His hands are kind of in his chest. They're kind of like, gripping themselves. Probably staying close to Avaran, and just kind of just taking it all in, but trying his hardest to just not affect, touch, do anything. Like, it's almost like, when you grow up and your parents yell at you constantly for touching things in stores, and now you're just like, I'm triggered. It's kind of like that. Like, he's just to himself and sticking close to Avaran's ankles.
Shopping in the Lavender Plains was not a fun experience.
That's a good question. that is a question. But yeah, that's kind of what he's doing.
Sweet. Go ahead and also roll animal handling. Roll me real quick.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
I'm gonna see. There's curious creatures about. I'm gonna see if anything approaches you.
Okay. Yeah, I expected as much as this. Total of 5.
5. Well, okay.
Yep.
Not much does. If you do look to your right against the wall, there's going to be a couple of books just about, like, different animal care books and, like, aquarium books and things like that. And landscaping books, things of that nature. Kind of just a wall of it. But on one of the books is going to be a little tokay gecko. And he's just going to be staring at you, and he kind of stares for a really long time, and then eventually licks his eyeball. So nothing much happens other than that. But Toddle, as you're waiting for the shopkeep, she is starting to talk to the necromancer in front of you now. And you do see her pull out what looks to be a familiar of her own. It looks to be a dragon, or in the shape of a dragon, but it's just the skeleton of the dragon. The rest of its body you can see almost completely through, and it seems to kind of just look like waves of silk, like almost clear silk that is constantly moving and breathing as the dragon does. It's a really beautiful creature. But if kind of materializes, like it'd been invisible this whole time. But as soon as she's asking the shopkeep a question, it does appear and takes a treat out of the shopkeep's hand as they're talking. Is there anything you do while you wait?
stare in awe at whatever this creature is, and I'm gonna be sketching it real quick.
Cool.
Drawing this and sketching it out. Like, oh, transparent? There's a material on an animal that makes them transparent? How do you harvest that? But not saying that too loud.
Sweet. Alright, and as the falcon does take food from you, Avran, it's gonna leave your arm and rest back on that bookshelf and just kind of stare at you intently.
All right, I'm going to go back to the goblin woman shopkeep and ask the cost of it and any accoutrements that it may need.
Yeah, and the goblin kind of like stares at it, kind of in awe that it was drawn out of the depths of wherever it hides. It looks like it's not one to really hang out with people, so she's a little impressed. She sits and thinks for a second. I don't know, sir. I think like 40,000 gold, something like that, should be fine for that bird.
40,000 gold.
Yeah.
All right. One moment there. And I consider the 165 gold that I have. Would you take anything in trade for it?
Oh, interesting. She thinks about it. I mean, I suppose I could.
And as she's considering that, I draw slowly, so as not to seem threatening, the Stormcatcher sword that I got from the Dark Aasimar in Hell. And I hold it in front of her, and I tell her, "This is a sword that I won in battle. It came to me at a high cost. I don't know the value of it, but I know that it is imbued with magical properties."
Can it scoop up big shits? Because that's all I do all day. I don't want your goddamn sword. But
Well, I kind of like examine the sword, and the blade is, yay, wide, which, could be. I mean, goblins are small; they may be able to scoop, with the blade of it. But no, she seems uninterested.
she looks at her like tiny ass arms, wondering if she can even pick it up. And she thinks about it. There is a creature we've been meaning to catch for the shop. Not to sell or anything like that, but definitely to study. Does live on this island. If you can catch that guy for me, you can have whatever the fuck you want in here.
And what creature would that be?
There's no name for it. You can name it if you find it. But it's fuzzy, it's kind of cute. Kind of freaking dangerous, though. None of these familiars have been really any use for me. I'm no catch. I don't even know how I ended up here, to be honest with you. But seeing as you can somehow find hell swords, I'm sure you can handle a creature like that.
What do you mean you don't know how you got here?
Everyone here who lives here usually find this place on accident. But it's nice enough, safe, better than everywhere else.
I see. And how close to town has this creature been sighted?
Oh, it's right. I can. Do you have a map?
I have some spare parchment here if you want to draw something out for me.
Yes, pulls out a roll.
Grabs it from Tuttle. Okay, let's see. And she does. She kind of crudely draws like a big circle over an area where it's been seen, and she points it out. And then on the side of the parchment, she also draws kind of a little doodle of what she thinks it may look like. And it looks to be really cute. Literally a ball. It looks like a floating ball of cotton, but kind of it like has some features of a bat, like big, almost sonic ears, but not just 2 of them. There's 4 of them. And she tells you it hovers, and that they don't really know what color it is, but if you see it, you will know it.
So it's fluffy, has huge bat-like ears, but there's 4 ears, and it has wings like a bat, and they don't know what color it is. Did I
Changes
get that right?
colors all the time. It blends into its surroundings.
How
I see.
how big is it?
About this, like, and she kind of makes a gesture with her hands, and it's about the size of a grapefruit.
Oh, that's small. I mean, it might not eat us then.
Well, I don't know about that.
Inside check.
Roll it.
Oh, cocked. So that comes to a total of 12.
12. Oh
Mhm.
shit. Yeah, I mean, I rolled less. Yeah, I mean, she's telling the truth. Yeah, she's a little wary. There's a reason why she can catch things like peregrine falcons, but can't catch this creature.
Is this creature like really fast? Is it slow? Well, I guess if it was slow, you'd be able to catch it. But so I guess it's fast. Was that
Well,
a dumb question?
It's not a dumb question. Listen, it's the reason why there's so much trouble in catching this thing is because it's good at optical illusions. You feel like you're on drugs with it. You don't really know. It bends reality around you. So as far as capturing it itself, it might not bite your head off, but it might make you bite someone else's head off if you're not careful. You know what I mean?
Well, my little friend here knows something about that. And I ask, do you sell any nets or rope here? Something we might capture it with.
Oh yeah, nets of all sizes. I'll show you. And she does walk over to one of the aisles, and yeah, it's exactly that. It's literally nets, different sort of kind of like casting nets, things to create with as well. Like if you were to make an aviary somewhere or temporary one, you like all the materials for that kind of stuff. A lot of hardware, and
Okay.
she offers it to you for free if you're going to catch this creature for her.
I will take the free net.
Well, we didn't discuss it as a team. I thought that we were supposed to talk about it before we did something like that.
At that, Toddle, as you're waiting and they're having this conversation behind you and you're like half listening to it, the necromancer does leave and looks like leaves with some medication and a little vial of powder, pays her, then walks away. And the shopkeep kind of just takes a big sigh and then looks a little tired. It's been a busy morning, but she looks over at you and smiles. Hi, how can I help you?
So Tuttle was like kind of listening, but you just see him like the most blank expression, just sitting there with his little like willow seed, little like the vial or his jar, just sitting in his hands, just sitting there patiently, waiting. Just like it's like SpongeBob or something, like just with big eyes and just sitting there waiting patiently.
Oh, how cute! How did you manage to find one of these? You know how rare they are?
Good story, funny story. I don't have a time to tell that story, but it's growing, and I think it might be due for an upgrade of this little dude, and to see if I can get it some if there's any better soils or any more nutritions that besides just eating, random small critters.
Well, we have a little bit of everything for this little guy.
Okay.
Are you looking for... Well, how does it aid you? Does it just keep your garden, or do you use it for other things?
This thing kills things.
Oh, I see.
It's a fighter, and you see it like do a little wiggle dance or something.
And
it is a seed from a willow tree. That yes.
And she laughs to herself. Let's see. And then she kind of looks under the counter and she pulls out a couple things. She pulls out like what looks to be like a bag of fertilizer, but inside it looks like just scraps of different meats, kind of marinated in different oils and things. So it has a little bit of an iridescence to the meat. She drops it on the counter. You can feed it something like this and it can probably boost you up in your next battle.
I
Or,
would love this. Yes, yes.
and she gets kind of excited, and she also kind of steps to the back. There's like a small door, and she's back there for a second, comes back out, and she hands you like a little, it's like the size of a pen, and it's like a little, like, stainless steel thing. And she can tell by, like, I don't know, your look. She can gauge you that maybe you like to tinker with things. And
No mist.
she hands it to you. But go ahead and roll. You might know what it is. Go ahead and roll a history check. Okay, check on that. History
Yeah.
check.
Ooh,
It's the same stat. We'll just say history.
25.
Jesus. Okay. You know everything about it. You know who invented it. You know how it's grown over the years. But it's pretty much portable armor. So it's permanently light armor, unless you're using it in battle. So you can carry it with you everywhere. If you lay it on a certain part of either you, or in this case, it only fits the creature. It adorns it in armor and bumps up the AC class +5.
Okay, okay. Toddle Toddle is gonna get really excited. Is gonna see, like, oh my god, I've only read about that before. I've never had taken care of a creature before this. This is incredible. I'll take that, and I'm gonna walk over and like kind of we'll conduct the transaction where Avaran and Calamity are sitting talking to the other person, and I'm gonna just drop 2 big mount. Like, you haven't even said the amount yet, and I'm just gonna drop a bunch of the platinum that I have, kind of like being like, like it can be paid for. This is something I will support, and just be like, by the way, Avaron, I could pay for the Falcon, but I kind of don't want to, because I want to go catch what this thing is.
Do you put all of your money on the table?
Not all of my money, absolutely not. No,
Okay.
no, like, no, like equivalent to like 10 platinum.
Okay.
And then hold on, I just realized. I actually have something that could. So this is my. Okay, bye.
A jar.
It's a cool jar.
It's a good jar.
It's a good jar. This is the Willow Seeds jar now. It is now a prop. We are now Critical Role, huh?
What do you say to that, Avaran?
Well, I mean, I'm doing the math in my head, Tottle. That would still be 4,000 platinum. I don't know that between all of us we would even have those riches.
I'm gonna message you so that no one else can hear it. I'm gonna message the cantrip and be like, we have that.
Well, we might need it later.
Avaran realizes these 2 motherfuckers are super rich.
Which, and I guess I am kind of like taken aback by it, because they seemed very unassuming in hell. Like, I didn't
Still traveling by foot
to be rolling quite that deep.
Yeah.
But
we killed some. We killed some big creatures. Let's just say that.
I see. Well then, a small creature shouldn't be too much for us to handle.
Exactly my point, and I would love to, if especially if it's anything like that. And I'm going to point to the shopkeeper's little translucent dragon and be like, I want to know more if it's some kind of rare materials that I don't know what that is. We should find out if there's something in it for us. You know what I'm saying, materials wise.
Did you just ask her?
That was more of a general statement. Take as you will.
Well, I have a question, since I didn't quite catch it earlier. So, you want this animal brought to you. Are you looking to resell the animal in a healthy state, or are you just looking to be rid of this animal?
Oh no, we want to know everything about it. If it has, mostly how it does reproduce, because I would like to sell them. But A lot of spellcasters, I think, would pay big money to get a peek at it and what it can do, and maybe use it for certain spells and things like that. It's a good money-making animal.
All right. Just wanted to make
Calamity
sure I
looks
brought you the
instantly.
right animal.
Calamity looks instantly uncomfortable. Like the second she was just like, "Oh, it's just a magic animal that mages can use." Like Toddle and Avron can just see Calamity just kind of go like into himself and quiet.
Hard to be miss. And I step to the side. I kind of kneel down to be on like an even level with Calamity. What's troubling you, my friend?
I'm gonna whisper to him. People always try to use and take me for mage stuff.
I see. And so, it makes you uneasy that that's what this shopkeeper wants to do with this creature.
I don't know. I just think I just don't want her to know about me. Cause she might send someone for me. I don't know. Shh, don't say anything.
Your secret's safe with me, but if anyone does come after us, they've got to go through me and Tottle. And Vera now.
And I kind of give like a little shy, like awkward smirk, like thanks.
The goblin did eavesdrop on that and heard you. But she doesn't respond too much. She kind of gives you a look and kind of looks you up and down, but then smiles and then, I don't know, looks somewhere else.
Well, so, maybe, is it better to get it at nighttime or daytime or afternoon time or before breakfast or after lunch? Like, what's a good time?
I haven't been able to spot it at night, so you probably want to go during the day.
DM, how much longer do we have before nightfall?
It's like 11 o'clock right now in the afternoon.
But it gets early dark in your game, right? Or no, I forget.
The nights are longer. Sun sets at around like 5.
Okay, so we have roughly 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe we should probably go ahead and go, and then we can come back and get that falcon that likes you so much, and then, yeah.
I have a good feeling about this falcon, and so I'd really like to get it, let's say that much.
Why are you doing all that stuff with your eyes?
I had something in my eye.
Oh. do you need help? I like take out like a little handkerchief, like, where do you want me to wipe? I don't know.
I take it and just kind of wipe there.
Real quick, did my transaction? I'm good. I'm good with my.
Yeah,
transaction
she's.
with the willow seed.
Yeah, she gives you some like change in gold, I guess, and yeah, and she also and she packages everything really well. She puts it in a brown paper bag, and yeah, the little armor pen she puts in kind of a nice velvet lined box, ties a ribbon around it, sticks it in the bag as well, and then sticks her business card in there.
Oh, well, thank you.
And the card looks like it's embossed in gold, and it does have the shape of that skeletal dragon on there.
Fancy. Okay. Let's go.
Before we head out, Chris, I forget. Did you already ask what area we can find it in?
She drew out a map.
Oh, gotcha. All right, I'm on. Yep. Toddle, is there anything that, like, any items we need to get before we leave? Actually, I think we're pretty good on items. I think we're fine.
We're doing good, at least on food and weapons and health potions.
Okay. Well, and
you got nets for how to catch. The only thing, I feel like we're kind of missing something as there's a whole boat full of people waiting for us to go to a mountain, so we might have to, inform them that we're going to be postponing due to, I don't know, pick someone come.
Why don't you magically message Vera and let them know?
DM, can I cast message that far? It's 120 feet for the spell.
It's too far.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to go tell them that it's being postponed, and
Well, let's see.
Okay.
It's 11 a.m. now. What time were we supposed to set sail?
Oh,
No one really said anything. Like the ship has been ready since super early this morning. I think right now they're just maybe doing some logistic stuff with Vera. Vera's it's her ship, so.
I'm gonna say, don't worry, I'll go tell Vera. I think I'm the fastest out of all of us. I'll be right back. And then, like in a blink of black, I'm gone.
Okay.
And Calamity is going like full bunny ninja sprint to the
Parkour,
ship.
parkour.
Boing, 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 boing.
Cute. Okay, I'm just gonna say you fucking go over there.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just do theater of mind for a second. Actually, maybe we can switch game boards.
Oh boy.
Can we switch the game board? Everything breaks. Ah!
Oh god, I hope not. The story of my life. Is it this one? I can't remember what the game board was. Oh yeah, nope, that's later. Oops. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
I didn't see anything.
Nothing happened. You didn't see it.
But I wish I did.
Where's my... I
So
can't
everyone,
remember.
how do you feel about the Falcon? Are we getting a Falcon, guys? Total never.
If I have anything to do with it, we're getting that Falcon.
Yeah, they're gonna be like just tutting along, and I'll be like, as I'm holding my little willow seed, and it's a very big responsibility. It's much more than watching over young tiefling males that have a traitorous side to them. It's much more than that. Sometimes they can be a little frisky, and you have to feed it, and he's gonna be doing the whole.
Was that the nature of your relationship with Lander? You were kind of his overseer.
Yeah, until he treated us, and
See,
think
you
something's
haven't
up.
You haven't talked much about him, Tottle. I always thought you guys were friends or even partners.
I need him in order to do something that I cannot do. However, in seeing that there are other hopeful rays of light in our world, and also releasing a lot of souls, gives me some different perspective that, maybe. And then Toddle's just gonna be trail off into Brainland.
Leave it at that.
So Calamity, as you're going through town, go ahead and roll investigation.
Investigation? Did I forget where the ship was? Can I do nature or survival?
Yeah, you'd get different answers to those. But yeah, if you did.
Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do investigation. Like, I'm not afraid to roll crappy. Let's go. And, just because I can... well, actually, I don't think I even need to. Let me see.
Ooh.
Investigation. I think Total will be proud of this for me. Total of 17.
Oop.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you're pretty observant as you're going through town. And turns out you're really not far from all the piers and things where you arrived.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, you find where the ship is docked pretty easily. It definitely hasn't moved. And it is full of all the crew members that you've seen when you all got smashed together. And they're all just as cheery as normal, kind of talking with each other. There's a couple of them kind of mopping the decks as well. You even see your friend, who's the rat guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's awake and kind of walking about the deck of the ship. You do see him kind of look over the ocean for a while, then go back into what appears to be kind of just a living area below deck. And then he kind of disappears out of sight. But he seems to be walking around normally. He does have bandages kind of across his chest, and his arm is in a sling. And right behind him is the tiny little tabaxi kitten-looking one, and she's just kind of skipping along. It looks like she has a couple of pieces of meat on a skewer, and she's chewing on that as she runs down after him. The captain of the ship isn't there. It looks like Vera is not there either. They might be in town still somewhere. You didn't see them on the way over, though. And it is busy. You are having to maneuver through crowds. With a 17, you don't notice anything dangerous or suspicious or anything like that. There are a couple of cultist ships, though, that are docked nearby. But from your observations and your experience so far, this seems to be a pretty neutral place. And so yeah, you board the ship and you do see a tabaxi there that you haven't spoken to, but you have seen around with the other crewmates. Seems to be kind of looking at a map and things, and also kind of searching his own pockets for little tools and things.
I see myself like, since I'm like such in a rush, I'm like kind of like hopping past people and stumbling over people or under people's and between their legs. And like, oh, excuse me, hi, excuse me, sorry. Yeah. And I'm gonna just kind of like roll up to this guy. I can't seem to find Vera or the captain, your friend. But could you please tell when you see them, can you tell them that Calamity, that's me. I think we met the other night. I'm not sure. What was your name?
Oh, Jonathan. Hi.
Hi, Jonathan. Well, can you when you see Vera or the captain, could you please tell them that me, Calamity, and Avaran and Tuttle, we are in the middle of something. There's like a really small job, but we'll be back soon. And then when we get back, then we can head off. But don't leave without us.
Oh, okay. Do you need help?
Nah. I think Tuttle and Avaran can do anything.
Okay. And you see he's like a super nervous guy. And he's just, whatever he was looking for in his pockets, he drops, and it slips between two of the planks and falls below deck somewhere. And he just kind of recomposes himself and kind of like hides his hands somewhere because he doesn't know what to do with them.
So Calamity's already nervous, but seeing this guy be nervous makes Calamity even more nervous. So they're both like
they're both just like awkward, staring at each other. Okay, I'll tell everyone.
Insight check? Do I really? Do I think you will?
I love all the
you can roll. You can roll insight.
Okay.
all the inside checks.
So insightful.
So insightful today.
I mean, sometimes I am. 19 total insight.
Oh, I mean, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, he's a wreck. I mean, the reason why he's not given a job right now and he's trying to figure out what to do with himself is because he's probably a big ass fuck up. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He's just nervous about messing things up. He was given a map. He doesn't know what to do with it. He's holding it the wrong way. Like, north isn't even pointing north. So, I mean, yeah. You maybe trust he can deliver the news to the right person.
Okay. I'm going to, with this information that I kind of absorb in these like few seconds, I take a deep breath. I think of the words that Avaran told to me not too long ago. And I think of how Tuttle, even though very small, stands up strong and able. And I think of those two like, what would they do? What would they say? I'm gonna hop to Jonathan and put a hand on his like ankle or his knee or something. I'm gonna say, you can do this, okay? I know you can. I know you'll remember the message.
And he relaxes. You can feel a little bit of tension when he's being touched, but then your kind words do put him at ease. And he nods, and he kind of sighs.
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll let everyone know.
And then I'll take his map and rotate it to be right side up for him.
He's a little embarrassed, but he takes it and he takes a look at it, and all of a sudden it makes more sense.
You're gonna do great, and I can't wait to be on the water with you, okay? Okay, bye! And I like ninja run out, full bunny hop, gone.
Do, 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 do.
Dude.
Yeah, and as you do, he kind of looks and waves at you, and then kind of looks around at the other crew members. You do start to see him kind of, tap on other Tabaxi's shoulders and tell people. But you are starting to head back. Avaran and Toddle, what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm first evaluating how far away the general area that this creature would be is, and if it's like nearby or it's going to take long, because I don't want to like leave Calamity in the lurch. But if it's like around the corner, then
Sorry, what are you looking for?
I'm just kind of seeing how I'm just seeing how far away this area that the creature is in would be from where we are.
Yeah, it looks like it's a good, not even that. I mean, it's kind of a small island. It's a mile away. It's not quite in the center of town, but it seems to be in like a courtyard that belongs to a wealthier homeowner here. She does make a little note though, owners aren't home.
Okay.
But it looks to be the backyard of this kind of big townhouse looking thing.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll find out when we get there. So for now, I guess I'm just waiting for Calamity to come back.
Yeah.
Yep. It'll take Calamity a few minutes, but for brevity's sake, we're gonna say that you do see him running forward.
Calamity, were you able to relay the message to someone on the ship?
Yeah, Jonathan, John's gonna tell him for us, and the, good news, the, rat guy is up, he's not dead.
Woo!
Wonderful.
Yeah, he seems really, I don't know, confused, and he's kind of like just walking about the ship, but he's fine.
Well, certainly looked more alive than he was before.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Alright, where are we headed?
Alright, so we're heading about a mile from here, it looks like. And looks to be in some sort of, house that's not currently occupied. And we're looking in their yard, or their courtyard, or something like that.
Alright, let's hop to it!
Lol. Alright.
Lol.
Alright, and you guys are headed. So you are following the map, and you do kind of go back a little bit from whence you came. You do pass by that old shop that you were trying to get a hold of the alchemist there, but still not there.
That's okay.
But yeah, you're walking by that familiar kind of tunnel alley. Sorry,
Do I see anyone watching the gate?
Oh, like over here?
Yeah.
No, there's still a couple of like pedestrians kind of looking at it looks a little different than before. Before, I don't know, it looked a little eerie. Like when you passed by it, it's like you were kind of pulled into space somehow, like towards it. You were, I don't know, it just kind of gave you almost like tunnel vision to like, and lured you to go into this area. But now it looks like just an alleyway.
Alright.
So that feeling definitely isn't there anymore. And as you guys are walking through town, if you want to know what you're walking by, you can roll perception or investigation or whatever you want, and I'll give you a different answer for. But what do you talk about as you're walking through?
Well, I'm going to be looking around just because, the town makes me uneasy. We've already fought like this possessed rat guy, been pulled into portals, got caught in a love triangle. And so I'm kind of looking over our shoulder to see if we're being followed by anyone or to see if I see any like threats coming from any of the angles.
Okay. Roll perception.
I will. All right. 10.
10. I mean, you see some things. It looks like it's just a working town. Roll an Arcana check though for me, real quick.
All right.
Do you see something that sparks your interest? Because if you are curious
12.
about the eerie feeling, 12.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I mean, there's
Never mind, you don't see that.
you definitely get a feeling that there has to be a reason why.
Actually, everyone roll a d4 and add it to it.
Ooh,
4. So 16.
16's better. You do know that something must be, I don't know, whether it's the politics of this town, which no one's really gotten a whiff of. Like, there's obviously like some sort of policing here. There seems to be a military too. You have seen folks in armored uniform and emblems on their chests and whatnot, normally at the tavern last evening. But as far as like how this place is run, you don't really know anything about it, but it has to be something unique only because it seems normal. It seems you feel safe, but you don't at the same time. You don't know whether it's like the trauma of like living post Great War and just growing up like that, or if you've never actually felt safe before, like this place feels safe. It does seem to be very neutral ground. You have noticed that there are a mix of like cultists here, but there's also a mix of just fishermen, people who, that like this lake in particular seems to be a hot spot for really rare species of fish that contain magical properties, which is how they end up here. But you've gathered that, I don't know, there has to be something that deters any sort of takeover of this place. Like, why is it neutral? Because everywhere else hasn't been, it's all been like the bad side, or the run by the demons, or the specific families usually have their hand in everything, but you don't see they have a hand here, and you don't know why.
Okay.
Also, you do walk by what looks to be a comedy hall. There looks to be a couple of bards and things just like chatting with each other, and showing like little bouts of like incantations of magic in their hands and making jokes and laughing with each other. Looks like they are preparing for a show later this evening. You do notice just a couple more kind of gated in farming areas. One of them that's all tropical fruits, and it seems to be over this huge greenhouse. And you're still walking.
I don't know about the two of you, but there's just something about this town. It makes me uneasy. It's like, why is everything so abnormally normal? How do they keep the monsters out? How do they keep the devils and the demons from attacking? Do you suppose this island is like magically veiled or something like that?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I know. DM, do I know?
I was just about to ask you.
You muted.
No, you don't know.
Okay. I don't know. Toddle?
Being that this is the first town right next to what Vita has described as quite an enchanted magic spot with the mountain, it makes me believe that this is a place to be protected because it's one of the closest to a incredibly magic spot, right? It could just be that it's happens to be so close enough to that mountain that some of the magic properties leaks from it, you know? Also, any stragglers from the mountain who seek to get away from direct chaos that magic brings could be looking for refuge here and may want to protect that.
Right.
My beliefs. But what do I know?
And it also seemed like this place is very neutral. When I ran to the port just now, I saw a lot of cultist ships, and it's like everything was fine.
I wonder though, because everything seems fine now. Even the cultists, aren't doing anything unsavory. And yet, the first night we were here, we were attacked by a demon. So, I don't know. The two things seem very at odds with each other.
Not only were we attacked by a demon, a crazy mob came after Toddle.
Yeah, that wasn't totally the doings of that let's
Yeah,
just
that was your
say
fault.
I'm not perfect.
Yeah, that was your fault. It's okay.
I mean, to be fair, 5 minutes in town, he had already murdered someone, so...
Who? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I got drunk and totally forgot that you did murder someone.
Lol.
Okay. Alright, maybe it'll kind of show itself to us as the longer we stay here. Hopefully not too long, but... Yeah.
Perhaps. Hopefully we'll catch this creature quicker rather than slower.
And you guys, depending on how this creature is or behaves or whatever, maybe if we don't think it's like an evil creature, maybe we free it after we give it to the goblin lady. Does that make sense? Like we give her the thing if we can even find it, and then you get, your falcon, and then once we get it, like I don't know, like maybe I'm
like club her over the head and let the thing free.
That seems extreme. I was thinking maybe, I don't know, there could be some kind of accident, and I don't know. I'm new to this. I don't know.
Well, if there's one thing I know about your magic, Calamity, it's that accidents tend to happen. And so...
And it's a huge anime drop, just like...
So we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay.
Don't worry, and Toddle's gonna kind of like pat Calamity on the head and give him a good scratch to comfort him from this. We won't do with bad people that have done to you.
And at that, you do pass a couple things as you're talking. There was a training ground area where you saw some of the soldiers there, and even some people are just wanting to let off some steam from their travels on ship, are training and sword fighting each other or sparring. You do walk by them, and you do start to walk into what seems to be a much nicer neighborhood. It looks like there's just duplexes connected to each other, and each house has its own guard. There's also a farmer's market going on, kind of in their own private area right in front of all these houses. And you do see not too many people out there shopping, though. You see one woman in a dress and sun hat with her daughter, and they look to be furbolgs. And they're kind of looking through some of the spices and things. And you are where the goblin has circled on the map. So we're going to go ahead and pause there for our break. We do have 2 giveaways this game, so exclamation critical in the chat if you want to enter the giveaway for when we come back from break. We will be back in 10 minutes from now. We are going to go over announcements then, and then draw a winner. So we'll remind you then, but exclamation critical to enter some dice in the giveaway, and then we're going to have another one for the second half of the game. But yeah, we'll be right back. We're going to go take a break.
See you soon.
Hello, everybody. We are back. And we are gonna quickly review announcements with everyone before we continue our game. We also are gonna call a winner for the dice giveaway, the first one. So exclamation critical in the chat to enter the giveaway one more time. GW, have at it.
Thank you, Griffin Co. Griffin Co. is our longtime sponsor. They make amazing gaming accessories like they make 3D printed minis. They make like dungeon tiles. They also do like cool like laser engravings, and they have there's so much. They have like a freaking comb that gives you like +2 charisma. It's freaking awesome. Check out griffinco.com and use promo code Fabled42, FABLED 42 to get 22% off your purchase. Thank you, Griffin Co.
We love you, Griffin Co. We also love our friend at Underground Oracle. They have lots of resources for 5th edition. I mean, for both sides of the screen, players and DMs alike. They've got their new inaugural setting up their Cypher system, Harrow the Blighted Plane. Sounds really cool. It's kind of this crystal punk fantasy vibe. You can subscribe to their excuse me. You can subscribe to their newsletter to get access to the Cypher boosters, which are kind of like additional game content that you can get, creatures, story. They have the Cypher short one-shot adventures, so just lots of cool stuff that you can find at undergroundoracle.com or Drive-Thru RPG. And then while you're doing that, you should also check out 9 Realms Gaming. They hand make all of their products from natural woods. They create really just fine quality products, and affordable too. You're not going to have to empty out your wallet for these things. But hey, if you want to, you can buy that much more. And actually, if you use promo code Fabled42, you're going to get 10% off on your next purchase. And you can find them at 9realmsgaming.com.
Gosh, excuse me. Going to do my reading, I'm burping it up. Okay, so I actually have a fun little story about my advertisements of Critical Dice, my favorite sponsor ever. We are somewhat kind of sort of what is it called? We are kind of sort of linked to the the theme park in Utah known as Evermore. And
yeah,
are we?
So, let me give you some context here. Critical Dice. If you haven't heard of Critical Dice, thecriticaldice.com, you can get 20% off if you use the code FABLE42. You should go there. It's a lot of fun. We also do Critical Dice giveaways at halftime and end of our show. So 2 times you can win some Critical Dice. They also have dice subscription services. So if you're not getting some in the giveaway, you can go and get some new dice every month anyway. Fun context story, real quick. There's a theme park that is like Dungeons and Dragons themed in Utah called Evermore, and I was listening to this this podcast that is a influencer who is D&D content related, and him and a bunch of influencers went not too long ago that were all D&D influencers, and they had a little D&D gathering and played D&D for like a whole week. I'm sure if you search it, it'll appear on your feed instantly because it was a big hit. And guess who was there? None other than Critical Dice. So in some weird linked way, we are somewhat related to the D&D theme park at Evermore because of Critical Dice, and I think that's really exciting.
Jason, Mr. Critical Dice himself, actually helped plan that whole event with Quincy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we're making moves. That's all I'm saying. We're making big moves here, and we're the fun never stops. Let's just say that. Other than that, speaking of making big moves, talking about our other projects we have here on Fable42. When you're not here with us, we have one other show running that is called Heroes of Salon. It's a lot of fun. Let me remember what we were doing last time. There was a big battle last time, from what I recall when I was jumping in. It's quite funny. Cast and crew are just as hilarious and wacky as we are here on the Crypt Creatures campaign. From what I saw today in chat, they are doing they're going to start their season 2. So that's really, really exciting. So you could be right there, starting season 2, episode 1 with the Heroes of Solon crew, and kind of get a refresher on what's happening in their side of the story. So, but in case you don't want to wait that long, go ahead and head over to our YouTube channel, Fable 42 YouTube channel, because guess what? All of our archives are there. And if you want to just, you have an itch, a scratch to know more before the new season kicks in. You know what you should do is, marathon all of them, right? Because that's what we do is very interesting, fascinated geeks of culture. We want to absorb all this content, and if you're anything like me, I sure do love putting those things on while I'm working in a lab and hearing some fun stories. So, just saying. And guess what? If we get like 1,000 subscribers, I think we're doing a fun giveaway on our YouTube channel. So
That's correct. And it costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe to our YouTube.
it's true. Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Don't you know? So that's that I'm gonna bring it right back over to our DM and to finish us off.
I also have the Chris Itchy Eye, but hello. And just a reminder that each of you subbers in our chat right now do have the opportunity to give a luck or inspo die to any of the players or any of the enemies in the game, or even random civilians.
We will definitely need it if we're going to catch this creature.
Yes. And also, we're going to go ahead and announce our giveaway winner. Was anyone doing that? I have everything tallied up.
I am.
You are?
It.
Okay.
I was just trying to remember how to spell perk in the chat. Whatever. I didn't. Look, I'm an artist, all right? Don't ask me to write a book. Anyway.
Autocorrect.
So we have two. Park. So we have 2 on the list today. We have Tig. So I'm going to roll a D4. We have Tig and we have Agent Fox. Tig is going to be 1 and 3 on the D4. And Agent Fox is going to be 2 and 4 on the D4. I wish you both luck! 4. Agent Fox. Chris, there you go. You get some new shining sparklies.
Yay, the sparklies.
Rigged!
What? And to enter in the very last giveaway for dice, type in exclamation point critical in the chat for our end of game pool. And
I thought you said type in Eskimo critical. I'm like, oh my god, that has to be it.
Either or, I don't care. Do either or, they both work. And
maybe want an Eskimo pie.
And even if you live outside of the U.S. or Canada, you can still enter to win because we also do digital gift cards. So we can do that to you. So get in now. Tell your friends about it.
Yeah, I'm on.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, man. I was reading about cool runnings the other day. All right. Well, Eskimo critical in the chat if you want to enter the next giveaway. We are going to jump right back into our game, though. It looks like they are in this nice courtyard in this little tiny cul-de-sac of a neighborhood, kind of smack dab in the middle of this town. Everywhere around it is still pretty busy, but here it's pretty chill. There's a couple of stands that are selling fresh vegetables and fruits and spices, that kind of thing. But otherwise, there's not a lot going on.
And so you said that this courtyard is near the house that we're supposed to be going to. Do I see a wall that can be scaled? Or is there just like, oh, here's a nice gate to come into my yard?
It looks like you could probably easily climb any of these walls. It's a mixture of brick and stone. Brick, stone, and wood. You do see one particular house kind of right ahead of you that seems to be the biggest and has its own kind of gated courtyard area.
Okay. based on what I can see on the map that she drew out, does that look like the house that we're going to?
Yeah, it looks like it seems to be dead center on where she circled, but she also circled the other homes around it.
Okay.
She has an inkling that it could be in this courtyard, but it lives around here somewhere.
Okay. Well, if she has an inkling it could be in this courtyard, then I'm just gonna look around, and I'm gonna say to Toddle and Calamity, "All right, lads. Could be anywhere in this courtyard. Could be in that house. Could be in this one. Let's take a look around for this thing. See if we can find it."
Okay, I'm gonna since I'm so small, I'm gonna try to get a higher vantage point. So I'm gonna just try to be a little bit higher, and Calamity is going to start to hop parkour up to a rooftop.
Okay, which one? There's one on either side of you, and then the mansion in front of you.
I like the one on the right.
Okay.
I like the one on the right.
Go ahead and roll acrobatics.
Okay, here we go. So that's gonna come to a total of acrobatics 19 total acrobatics.
Nice. Okay. I mean, yeah.
Whoop.
You bloop up here, and you want to go on the roof, right?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. I lost you. You disappeared, and now my mouse isn't showing up.
Don't lose me. I'm so small.
I lost you. That's fine. I'll just get I'll get another one of you.
Okay.
But yeah, you do make it onto the roof, though.
We love it. We love that.
There you go.
So I'm just gonna while I'm up here, I'm just gonna look around in the different places that everyone kind of pointed on the map that are circled.
Roll perception.
Sure. I'm usually good at that. Let's see how it goes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been rolling and on your metal die you gave us, I've been rolling a lot of 16s on the die. So I don't know what's that about, but I'm with it. My perception comes to a total of 23.
23. Oh,
Mhm.
damn. Okay, you see all the shit. You do notice, just because it is a creature that is known to, like, warp areas around it, you do see something as you're looking somewhere else. Like, you can see my mouse. You're looking kind of towards this house over here as you're scanning things. And in the corner of your eye, over here by this mansion, you do notice something kind of stirring. But when you look over, looks like whatever kind of like formed a shadow in the corner of your eye kind of disappeared.
Okay, I'm when I clock that, I'm gonna be like, psst, psst, to my friends who's below me, and I'm gonna point in that direction.
Okay. And I'm gonna walk in the general area of where he's pointing. Did he see it on this side of the wall or the other side of the wall?
Other side of the wall.
Other side of the wall. All right. So I'm gonna go kind of around the corner of the wall from where your mouse cursor is, just because it doesn't look like there's anyone there that would
This
see
one?
it. The other way, yeah. Just because there's a person literally standing right there that would see me trying to climb into this person's yard.
Yes.
And I'm gonna kind of go like this for Toddle to follow me.
So
Do you follow?
Actually, Toddle, I wanted to see, DM, can I roll? I want to see if there's any people around, because I wanted to kind of question them. And then there's a spell I want to cast, but,
Yeah, there's
see if there's any people.
There's several people, like citizens in the courtyard. There's merchants who are selling things. There is that woman with the dress and her daughter. And then there are 4 guards.
I want to talk to, guards. People who frequent this area commonly. Maybe I can do, like, just for time's sake, like, have it be kind of like a quick interview style. Like, have you noticed anything strange? I'm just trying to collect data on...
Okay.
I love when Mackenzie. I get so excited when Mackenzie like has like these crazy artificial plans. I want to see what happens.
You actually
Toddle's not allowed to die. He is me. Anyway, hi.
You don't get very far. You actually, the first person you ask, who's next to the house, does mention that they have witnessed what she says she thinks are ghosts.
Okay. It's like apparitions. I'm gonna be writing all this stuff down. So shifts the area, apparitions. Can I? I want to. I'm gonna do. I want to do a fun roll. Okay. I'm not sure if it's a history roll, but I want to do a fun roll where I flip through some of my sketches that I've done of like weird animals or fauna. What is it? Fauna and plants and sketches
Yeah.
and animals, creatures, as you. And see if I can find something that I've noted as being like occultist, shifts realities, and see if I can find kind of. And then the description that the shopkeeper gave us could be like, kind of try to throw a dart at what could be this creature.
Yeah, I mean, you could just show her, and you do. You kind of show her all these different drawings, and including the drawing that the shopkeeper made.
Mhm.
But she tells you she doesn't recognize any of them. She just notices that doors have been shutting, windows will just break sometimes, and she has to hire someone to repair them all the time.
So
Food will also go missing.
So it seems that it's like kind of sound related. This creature likes to, is it silent or is it loud?
She says she doesn't hear anything but like what's happening, like the doors slamming and things breaking. She does notice, though, she did witness it one time at night. Something flew past one of the torches because she saw the torch almost blow out. But she didn't know what it was.
It flies. Yeah.
She just thought this house was haunted.
Damn it. So it could be like an apparition or a ghost of some kind or... Okay. Thanks for your help! And, I'm gonna go circle back and basically follow Averon. And then the spell, I'm actually gonna cast, I'm gonna cast Sanctuary! So that way, we kind of are protecting ourselves from any, I basically don't want this thing. I'm gonna board myself. And I basically don't want this thing to get the jump on us.
Okay.
Letting everyone know, if you're in a 30-foot radius of me, you are in Sanctuary with me.
Yep.
Cool. It's oddly appropriate, seeing as GW just recently watched Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Exactly.
Sanctuary!
Sanctuary!
So the reason I was waiting for Toddle is because he's obviously much shorter than I am, and so I'm going to say, Toddle, would you like me to give you a boost over the wall?
Toddle's gonna be doing his little shifty thing he does to create Sanctuary, and then stick the stick in his back and be like, okay, let's go.
Thank you, existential nerd.
All right, so I do kind of one of those cheerleader things where I get his feet on my hands and like lift him up.
All right.
I am surprisingly extremely heavy for my size.
That's all right. I've got high strength stats.
Mm-hmm. But you're like, Jesus! I didn't know you weigh this much. It's all my stuff, okay? Jeez.
So, do you roll acrobatics with advantage because you're being helped?
Me?
Yeah, you. And then and then Chris, you can roll just a straight up acrobatics check.
Okay.
I rolled 14 both times. What's my acrobatics?
I rolled a total of 19.
19 and 18. Nice. I mean, easy enough. So, Toddle, you're the first over the fence, and you do land right inside the courtyard. And Avaran, in one swift movement, follows suit and lands next to you.
Parkour.
And then as you land there, you'll notice there is a statue of what looks to be the god of instinct.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yep. So he's wearing kind of a steel helmet over his head and beak. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, just kind of a simple design of a statue in this courtyard. There are some trees and things. Everything's kind of a beautiful stone, like, crafted tile. A couple of flowers here and there, but looks like a lot of things are kind of dead. But, I mean, it's fine, I guess. I think you expected more from the type of house it is.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pull on Avaran's arm real quick and be like, that's the guy. That's the guy who came to me when we were in the elevator. That's the guy.
Oh, interesting. I wonder why these people would have a statue of him.
He was nice enough to me. Uh,
I wonder what we may find inside.
I'm gonna. Can I try real quick? Just can I do a little quick searchy of the statue, see if there's any engravings of any info I can get on this guy?
Yeah, you look. It looks like there's a plaque of the sculptor who made it, and then the date, which
Ooh,
it
I
looks
want
like
that.
this. It looks like this was made like a few hundred years ago. But that's all you can find.
Toddle's gonna remember that. This is now Skyrim, and it says blah 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 remembers that. That is something he wants to be able to do some hunting and trace back the
Fair.
person who knows him, and then he's
Don't
gonna
you
also.
mean Telltale?
Who is this?
Ooh.
Hey!
Ooh.
A wild shaven butters.
Couple horses here.
Yes, welcome. Right now, Vera is still on the ship, but these homies are looking to make a trade, essentially. They want to get one of the familiars from the familiar shop, but they're doing a favor for the shopkeep by capturing this creature that she's after. So far, they think they know where it is, but haven't spotted it yet.
I'm gonna smell the air, and I'm gonna
Okay.
see if, even though we haven't spotted it, if I can sniff it out.
Survival check, please.
All right. 7.
DM.
Smells like the
What's
torch
the-
is burning.
Do
Huh?
I still have visual on Everin?
Yeah, from where you're at, yeah, you can see them both.
Roll a d4, Everin.
All right, makes it a 10.
10, I mean, torches are burning, and it looks like the people who own this house definitely made something like a pastry this morning. But that's all you can smell.
Calamity. Where was it in relation to where we're standing?
You saw the
The-
mirage close to the roof.
It was like a mirage close to the roof. It was like a mirage close to the roof.
Okay.
We're gonna have to climb.
So you see that area in the wall there? It's like 3 wood poles, and there's a lantern there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and climb up to that level, and then pull myself up onto the roof.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another acrobatics check for me, please. And you are...
That's
Sorry, say that first.
12.
12.
Go ahead and roll a d4, why don't you, Everin?
I like these D4s that you're just throwing out. It brings it to 15.
15? Yeah, that's pretty good. And you are able to look inside this place, too. And you do notice it's very industrial looking. It looks like it's the home of someone who does a lot of tinkering. And works with chemicals and things like that. Looks to be a giant office more so than a home. It's pretty unusual. But as you climb up, you do make it onto the roof, even though the roof isn't showing up right now. Hang on a second. There we go.
And so now that I'm up there, I would like to do another perception check, just to like look and see if I can spot anything up here.
Yeah.
Anything that's like sticking out from like lines or edges or curves, irregular shapes.
Do a perception check and then tell me what it is, and then roll a nature check as well.
Ooh, good perception check. So that was a 19 total,
Okay.
and then a nature check, 16 total.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
As you look around this roof, you're going to notice there are what appears to be 3 chimneys. One of them that you can
Extra?
see leads directly from the working space. You don't know where the other 2 are from. But the one in the middle, you do see what looks to be a stone on top, because the chimneys are made of stone. But this one stone in particular is slightly off color. But everything else on the roof looks pretty normal.
Okay. Remembering what the goblin lady said about the fact that it can shapeshift and take on different colors, I'm gonna slowly draw the net out of my bag
Okay.
and just like tense up, and then I'm gonna hurl it over that middle chimney.
Roll a d20. Tell me what you get.
All right.
I'll roll. It's a roll against roll here.
All right, 12.
Yeah, anyway, I got a 3, so... Yeah, you do throw the net over. And shit, it does land on what looks to be like a rock. And then you notice that it does kind of change color again to like almost a
I
deep
immediately
red.
run over and like dive to try and grab it.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Uh,
Mans is working for his bird.
8.
Oh, I got a 19, so
Fuck.
it's gonna pull on the net. Do you want to try to hang on to it? Or do you want to let it go?
Absolutely.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another strength check to see if you hang on.
All right.
It's gonna jolt straight from the chimney and trying to hover in midair.
That was
Looking
much better
inspo.
that time. Much better that time. I got a 23.
Nice. Okay, it is in midair. I would say I don't think I can levitate you from here, but you get a pretty good view of this town. You're about 30 feet above the roof, and you're just suspended in air, and it's trying to find a way to go. The net is still around it, and you're holding
Mhm.
on.
So DM, what do I see? So I see him 30 feet above the rooftop. And I
Yeah,
see the net holding something. What do I see in the net? A rock or
it
something
looks
else?
like a red rock. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I'm just gonna be like, Tuttle!
Yep. On it. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
What Fairy Fire does is it lights up an object. So it lights it up like a color, like a. Hey, Chris,
Hey, Mackenzie.
blue, green, or violet?
Violet.
Violet. It's gonna light up violet. And DM, can you do a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Yes.
I love Fairy Fire, by the way. I remember the last time I cast it in a campaign, I did it right in front of a creature's eyes.
Wow.
Yeah.
16.
Okay. Fuck. Well. Oh, that's exactly. Wait, if it's exactly my saving.
If it
Okay, wait.
matches
Okay, I'm a DM roll a d4 and subtract it from your
Oh,
number.
shit. I rolled a 2, so 14.
Yay! The creature is,
Lights up
lights out.
violet.
Weird things
Lights up
happen
violet.
around Calamity.
Okay, so it has been marked by Fairy Fire. It does light up violet, and it is going to try to attack. So it can't reach Calamity from where he is. But Avaran, go ahead and make a Wisdom saving throw, and I'm going to make one in order to attack Toddle.
Chris, did you see what Tig gave you in chat?
Mackenzie said luck and inspo.
Okay, making sure.
All right. I might need it.
Mackenzie, I got
Not this time, though.
I've got an 18 as my save against Sanctuary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 16 DC and armor class is 17, so.
Okay. Lose it. The spell doesn't protect.
But it's a wisdom saving throw for Sanctuary.
Oh yeah. Oops. Isn't that what I did? Did I say wisdom?
Okay, so
Yeah, I did. I rolled a wisdom.
yeah, okay.
What did he get on his wisdom save?
18.
Roll a d4, Dan.
Ah! 17.
Fuck!
I tried.
You tried. Yeah, okay, then that's gonna puncture. Yeah.
So
Sanctuaries.
then you have to make a wisdom save against my tank. What did you get, Avaran?
So I rolled a total of 21 for my wisdom save.
Jesus. Okay.
I got 14.
14. A 14 is a fail.
Fuck.
So, Toddle, you're gonna see the tiles on the floor beneath you fall through. And you're also gonna feel like you're suspended in air for a minute. And it's gonna pull, the ground beneath you is gonna pull itself open and apart. Like a crevice is just formed in the earth. You're gonna see everything around you just collapse. All the buildings start to fall and fall apart. The statue that you were just investigating just turns to ash, and before it starts falling also and disappears into thin air.
Damn.
And you're gonna see the pit of hell at your feet. And as
Oh, there we go
and
again.
as your stomach kind of rises into your throat, you're gonna drop and you're gonna start falling through the earth.
Oh boy.
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh my.
Here we go again, brothers.
We're gonna do one round of initiative before we end the game,
Nice.
and until next time.
I got a 14.
14 for Tots.
18.
Oops. The tuple duples.
I got a total of what's my initiative again? What's the bonus? Oh shit, that's high. Unnatural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
I have a +7 initiative.
Hold on. I rolled a 17. Let me get my modifier real quick.
Who's talking?
You're at the ship. You don't know what's happening.
I got a 20.
You're eating a croissant.
You're eating. You're talking to the Leonin.
All I'm saying is just let it be noted. I rolled a 20.
All right, and then we don't have a name for this creature yet. We're gonna put no name creature. And he's gonna go last. Actually, he rolled a 2, so like it was like a 5 or something. Okay, so let's start at the top. Calamity. You see Averin still suspended in air. Averin, as far as the attack against you, you don't really feel anything. You're still just kind of floating there. And the creature is starting to hold its ground. It looks like it's focusing on something. As far as the detail of what it looks like, it's a little weird. It like kind of phases in and out to like completely opaque and like bright red with like a stony texture, to like another gray stone texture again, to just like a little bit like Hollow Man, like a liquid, you know. And you're gonna see Toddle just kind of frozen and just looking forward, still in the courtyard.
I'm gonna. I kind of see what's happening, not completely fully understanding what's going on. I'm gonna get out my crossbow and kind of cock it, and then like I look down and notice Toddle not moving. Toddle, you okay? And that's all I do.
Toddle is probably gonna vomit. Yeah, we're gonna do a hefty vomit action there. What? This vomit is actually gonna be me casting Ray of Sickness. So I'm gonna
You're muted, Anne.
Sorry, Averin is first,
Oh,
and then Toddle.
I was just talking to you on my turn.
got it. My bad.
But I love that you're ready. I love that you're ready to. And yeah, so that's the end of my turn. Go ahead, Chris, or whoever's next. I don't even know.
So if I'm understanding correctly, I'm holding onto the net. It is inside this net, and even though it is the size of a grapefruit, it is somehow suspending me above the building.
Correct.
Okay. Can I?
Do you have any Pokeballs? I'm just kidding.
Right. Can I detect, as just looking at this thing, if it is male or female?
It's a rock. It keeps changing forms from like different
Changing forms. Okay.
rock things.
Well then, sorry, Tig, I can't use your
It'd be
suggestion.
tough. I mean, you can do a nature or animal handling roll, and if it's over a 20, I'll give it to you.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's just worth it. That's worth it to try. Wait, you said over a 20?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
20 or over.
All right. Here we go. It's a total of 19.
Almost.
So close.
Wait
You're-
a minute.
Wait.
You're
Wait a
looking.
minute.
Inspo.
Oh. Oh my
Which
gosh.
is, I forget, is it D6 or D10?
D6.
D6. All right. Come on, D6. 6.
Nice.
So 25 total.
Yeah, you do notice. Well, because you've been around bats, I guess you do.
Mhm.
You do take a look at its ears when it does kind of mirage in and out of existence, what have you. And you do know some species of bats have like a certain ear shape. And there are a lot of like, what do you call that? Like flags on male creatures, like to draw in a mate. Like some are more colorful, or they have an extra fin, or something like that. It does have a few of those features on it, so you assume it's male, and it
Okay.
is.
Well, since I don't necessarily know where its dick is, I'm not going to twist its dick like was suggested. But what I am going to do is I'm going to pull myself, like, either pull myself up or pull it down to me, and I'm going to scream as loud as I possibly can directly into its ears.
Oh my gosh. Actually, let me hold on.
That's hilarious. I just see you like dangling in midair.
You
More
know,
of a roar, like a
Oh,
fierce roar than anything.
Yeah, totally.
you know, actually, it's gonna have a reaction attack against that because it did not like
Ooh.
that.
I don't imagine it would.
It's a roll to hit type deal. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay, never mind. Nothing happens. But he does start to lower himself, and he does kind of shake a little bit. He didn't like that.
Okay. Does he lower himself enough that, like, my feet are touching the chimney?
No, he only went down like 5 feet.
Okay. Wow, I'm that high above. Okay.
Yup, you're like 25 feet before you can touch it.
All right. Good to know. Well, let's see. That would be my action, and I guess since I have extra attack, can I try it again? Just like try to scream even louder into
You
its
can.
ears.
You can. Let me roll again. It already used a reaction, so does a. I can do math. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Damn. Yeah, nothing happens. He goes a little bit lower. 5 feet lower. So you're 20 feet above the roof now.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna burn an action surge on it, so I'll end my turn.
Okie doke. Toddle, you're up. You are falling back to hell.
No.
In your brain.
So, let's fast forward a little bit. I casted Ray of Sickness, and this is going to be me. Yeah, basically trying to.
You're vomiting. Ray of sickness.
I'm vomiting. So funny. Wow. So this is me trying to, get him. So basically, this creature. I don't know if it's immune to poison damage, but on a hit, target takes 2d8 of poison damage and must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, well, it is not within your range. You do cast Ray of Sickness, though, and you spray it all over the Aarakocra statue that's in front of you. But in your vision,
It's not in
I guess.
range?
No, you're still in the courtyard.
Oh, okay.
And so you feel like you threw up in your vision, and you did, and the throw up is like hovering with you as you're falling.
Well, this isn't great. I don't know what else to do. Let me see. Let me check my inventory to see if there's something I can take to.
Yeah, you're
Pop me
freaked
out of
out,
this.
but you were told by the shopkeep, or the goblin, the assistant, I guess, that it does do this kind of shit to people.
True.
So I would say you're like aware that something's happening, but like as far as you feel like you're just suspended in air falling.
So, y'all, there's not really a whole lot I can do here.
You're doing great, kid.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Like there's nothing else I can do here.
Sanctuary.
Right. There is a new thing that I learned, but I don't know if I want to do it yet. I am going to think on it. You guys can. I will move along.
Okay,
Yes,
next
that's my
turn.
turn. Yes.
Okay, so it is no name creature's turn. No name creature does not like getting yelled at, so it's gonna actually focus an attack on Avaran. Go ahead and make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Hold on. All right. 10.
10. That is a fail. So you're gonna be suspended in air for a minute. And then you're going to notice the net that's in your hand is going to start changing shape, and it's going to look like the wyvern that you took on in hell. And it's the net is going to kind of spin around and sort of form its leg and then the rest of its body, and it's going to turn at you with its kind of like with all of its jaws and all of its teeth as it opens its mouth, and it's going to come down to bite at you.
These are
And
some strong ass mirages. I'm kind of into this.
terrifying. And we are going to go ahead and end our show for today there before we get
Ooh.
too carried away in the visions. And then and that does end its turn. It's just going to cast that mirage on you. And I don't know, I'm going to wait till Calamity's turn next to describe what it's actually doing. But
Oh.
thank you so much, you guys, for joining. We do still have some time, like 5 minutes or so, to enter the giveaway. So exclamation critical in the chat, please. And you can win a set of dice
I love
from
how we.
Critical Dice.
I love how we ended on like just sharp teeth.
Yes.
Sharp teeth coming at Everett.
Yeah, huge too. Like it can swallow him whole.
Ah!
I am so intrigued by this thing.
That's
Like
Right?
this is like a
I
whole.
was too.
This is like a whole other level of like illusionry.
That's
Yep,
why.
yep, yep.
That's why I wanted to not just pay for the bird and find it anyways. And now I'm throwing up.
Yeah, it's a little poofy bad
Love the
guy.
flavor.
So, question for you. Oh, actually, no. I think okay. No, I remember. You threw up,
Oh.
and it shot to the creature, but the creature was immune. That's what happened.
No, it was out
just
of
not in
range.
Oh,
I
I
thought
see.
I was in range. I was out of range.
Gotcha. Very cool.
But it is also coincidental of what was happening as I was falling. But
Even
I do
though-
have a move.
even though it was caught and was changing in the net, like I had like hardcore visions of what the fuck is that creature called from the Harry Potter movies that transforms into your fears?
Oh,
The
the
Dementor?
yeah,
The
No.
I don't think
The
Dementors do.
boggart.
the
Boggart.
boggart.
The
yes.
boggart. That's what like is in my head right now. It's just like this shifting.
To be fair, though, for I
fair.
think Harry, it turns into a Dementor. So you're
Yeah.
not 100% wrong, Butters.
I like how Tig was ready with that too. Boggarts. Sorry.
Harry Potter fans out there.
We got a lore.
I don't know. I find it a point of pride that I don't remember a turf's rating.
So right now on the list we have 3. We have Tig, we have Agent Fox, and we have Existential Nerd on the giveaway list for free dice. 'Tis your time. Why don't we talk about while I look for someone to raid? Why don't we talk about like I don't know what kind of stuck out for you today? Starting with you, Mackenzie.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you dropped my tooth. We were, I mean, getting any insight on familiars is interesting, but also being able to see the statue. This episode brings me a lot of curiosity for what's going to happen directly after. Tuttle expanded. He gained 1 wisdom this episode. Not literally, but just like we figured out more about the god that he was so happily touched by. So we have more pieces of information, and we're fighting a fun little goofy creature. So this will This totally won't end bad and all of us physically damaged and have to stay another day in this place. No. Beerus!
Oh, all that's gonna happen is all of you guys get to reroll your second characters too.
Yeah.
No! This thing kills us all. Oh boy.
This little grapefruit-sized ball of fluff.
Believe me,
I mean-
the Peregrine Falcon is worth it.
He's
Like that
losing
thing, that
the
thing's
entire party.
that thing's flight speed is 300 feet.
Ooh.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
it's like
that- 'cause
you
that-
rolled a 20 on it.
See, that sounds so just delicious because the whole reason I want the damn thing is so I can finally make use of that scry spell that you gave me in my first episode that I haven't used since.
Oh
Just
my
because-
gosh, and we use it on the Falcon?
Exactly.
Hell
it's like I
yes.
can send it out to like scout ahead on stuff.
Love
Oh.
it. Great idea.
So yeah, 300 feet. That's awesome.
We could use that.
Hmm.
Oh, did Vera want a familiar as well?
I don't know.
Do you want a
Probably.
cat?
Why not?
Probably.
Cat sounds
You
kind
can have a cat.
of.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be very useful.
Cats are always useful.
I
Don't
thought
be
he had a
scared.
cat on the ship already.
Yeah, there is a ship cat. That technically, yeah, that's your cat. Technically,
Dope.
it's like it's a little orange tabby that catches sea
wow.
rats.
I've had 2 of those.
Hells
Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess Vera has a pet.
Well,
Done. Hey guys, I got a pet.
Got a cat.
easy.
Oh,
I
you had to
know.
like work for yours? Oh, that sucks.
Just get a
Mine,
cat from the
mine
shelter.
just was given to me, though, to be fair, mine is not quite a pet. I had to sacrifice diamond dust in order to make it alive.
Yeah.
Son of a biscuit. I just thought of something I could have done.
I just needed to make a character portray my entire party, and then the DM gave me whatever the fuck I wanted. So you know.
You have your own ship, which you're gonna give to these cats later anyway. Are you gonna give them the cat? I get to backseat with the cat.
I think Vera's gonna keep her cat.
Be like any of us having a pet monkey.
Yes. Just throw shit at each other. It'd be great.
It's not really an uncommon pet.
Monkeys are, man, I would never
True.
have one.
I've never once met someone with a pet monkey.
I have.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
You have lived a far richer life than I have.
then I.
Yeah, a family friend of ours has had a spider monkey one time.
Hmm.
And he
Ow.
seemed cool,
Where do you
I
get-
guess.
How do you hang out? I want to hang out with these people. I want to hang out with the spider monkey friends.
I was so little, he probably doesn't have it anymore.
I've also been to a pet store where they were selling a monkey, but that was not in the United States.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, you just go to PetSmart on Monkey Day,
Get an orangutan, take it home.
right? I would think more like chimpanzee.
Oh gosh. I just think of Nope.
I haven't
That
seen
was
that movie yet.
such a freaky
God.
movie. Oh my god! I literally
It's
after
awesome.
I
You have to
wa-
watch it.
After I watched that movie, I had to like kind of walk home. I mean, my house. I took the bus and then I walked home for 5 minutes walk. But
No
anyway,
spoilers.
on the way, I was just like paranoid as fuck, like just looking at like the dark sky, like oh Jesus, please
It's
don't.
so good. It's such a
I'm-
good.
And it's so crazy because like the main shit happened in broad daylight, and it still
Yeah.
freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool movie.
So
I loved
fucking
it.
good. Jesus, it's so. I was not expecting it to be. that
Anyway,
good.
please watch the movie. It's great.
Yeah.
All right.
If
Good.
We're
you're a
unsponsored
fan
by
of
them,
if you're
but
a
we
fan
love
of horror,
Yeah.
I mean, I
um,
haven't seen Get Out, but I really liked Us. So I mean,
So good.
you gotta watch Get Out too, though. Get Out's so good.
yeah, I had the ending spoiled for me. So
Yeah, that's why I wanted to say something, but I'm really good at spoiling movies, so you can't ask me anything about any movie ever.
That's
At least she's
literally why
honest.
I never bring up movies with her.
I'm the worst.
All right, fam. I'm about to roll this D4 for these winners so we can raid our friends at Total Party Chill. So, number 1 is Tig. 2 is I have Avran down. I was gonna say Avran. 3 is Existential Nerd, and 4 is Colin. Good luck to you all.
if you get a 2, re-roll it. I already won a set.
Understood.
No, we'll be
Am I
here.
the only one who's never won a set?
Colin! Well, you didn't enter.
I didn't enter this time, but I've entered in the past.
Have you? Oh, well. Colin! Congratulations!
Yay!
Yes.
Enter yourself in the.
You know how this works.
Yeah.
Don't make me say the spiel.
Woo! Getting dice.
And so, yeah. So, thanks for joining, everyone. We missed you. It's been a long time. And let's
Yeah.
go say hi to our friends at Total Party Chill, Ian.
Oh,
Sorry I was
hell
late,
yes.
everyone. I promise
It's
I'll be more
alright.
entertaining next time.
I do want to say, like, I wanted to add one thing, though, when everyone's talking about, like, what they, like, really liked about tonight. I really liked that, I really enjoyed just kind of, like, being on the back burner and just, like, giving out, like, D4s to people, like, in, like, as bonuses and, like, blessings or whatever. I mean, just to let you guys know, that shit ain't cheap or free. I'm, like, giving up, like, spell slots and stuff and, like, sorcery points for that. But it's super fun, and I like that it's actually doing something.
Wait, sorry, what's the streamer's initiative order?
No, Total Party Chill.
Total party chill.
How do you not? It's her buddies.
I know, I brain farted all over the place. Alright guys, we're gonna raid them. Go say hi. And what should we say though?
Mackenzie put something in chat that I like. I'm gonna copy and paste it right now.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Weird illusion thing!
Illusions. Okay, anyway. Have a good night, you guys. We'll see you next Monday for some baby squidgy bat battles and ship stuff. And it should be awesome. I'm super excited. And
Maybe
we'll...
people get on the ship. Who knows? We keep
Who knows?
playing.
Alright, we're raiding in 5 seconds. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, we love you!